Hey guys, Will-O-Wisp here with what I guess you would call an update regarding the future of Mapestory content on this channel, and I'm sure if you've read the title you kind of know what's going to be happening, but the short version of this announcement is that moving forwards I'm no longer going to be playing or making content for Mapestory. And the main reason is that I'm no longer having fun playing the game. There are a multitude of other reasons as to why, but I'll get to those later. But for those wanting the short version of this announcement, there it is. The planned endpoint for the series was to reach level 260 and fight the endgame boss, the Black Mage, but somewhere along the way I kind of realized that Mapestory isn't the game for me, and that's okay. I think for a little while I was really just trying to muscle through and continue making videos for the game, but in doing so I was turning my passion project of learning to make videos and edit videos into some sort of second job. And as I want to continue learning to make better and better videos, I feel like it's important to do it with content that I'm really passionate about and also having fun with. Now, I don't want this video to turn into doom and gloom about Mapestory and Mapestory's future, as I feel that it actually has quite a lot of positive things going for it, and honestly I enjoyed a significant chunk of my time playing the game. On a fundamental level, the game is brilliant. The character movement feels great, the variety of jobs and the skills that they have. The boss design is really fun and engaging, and the sound design of the game is honestly one of the best. But I've realized the game is just not for me, and I guess now I can touch on some of the reasons why. The pay-to-win aspects of the game aside, it was actually mainly the oversaturation of time-limited events and expiring items that had a big part of the reason why I started to enjoy the game less. I feel like Nexon steering the game's content creation cycle to create as many time-limited events as possible to instill this deep-rooted feeling of FOMO, or fear of missing out, amongst its player base instead of focusing on more permanent, fun and rewarding content is a design philosophy that I find hard to get behind. Since starting Mapestory about 3 months ago now, there have been 11 time-limited events, most of which have item rewards that significantly boost account progression. At the time of writing this, there is currently a Hyperburning event, the New Age Hunting Field Boost, the 0 to 100 Leveling event, the Abyssal Expedition event, the Identisk Island event, the New Year event, and not to mention we just had the Christmas event. It's just a lot, and most of them are designed to try and get you to log in every day to complete some chores or miss out on valuable account progression if you don't. I'm not going to go into specifics about how egregiously designed this most recent Abyssal Expedition event is. I mean, in what world is leaving your computer idling with Mapestory open for 2 to 12 hours a day for a pretty powerful legacy reward? Good game design. Anyway, earlier I mentioned time-limited items, and I guess what I mean by that is that I ended up growing incredibly frustrated when most of my cubes and flames and growth potions and experience boosters and pets, they're all randomly expiring due to my lack of time to play. And I felt like I had earned them and that I deserved to use them kind of when I want to. Putting a time limit on them just made me really stressed and feel obligated to find time that I didn't actually have to play the game, as opposed to actually wanting to play and having my experience bolstered by these fun progression boosting mechanics. I think this, paired with the insane amount of daily and weekly chores I felt obligated to participate in to progress in a timely manner, isn't game design that suits me. I don't mind grinding. I don't mind it at all actually, but on average I would spend almost an hour or an hour and a half each day doing this quite tedious daily content, and sometimes that would be 2.5 if I had to do all the weekly stuff too. And all of this to keep my account progressing fast enough to create hopefully mildly interesting and regularly uploaded progression videos. And that hour and a half is rarely video worthy content. Yet it would take me most of my available playing time, so in an attempt to make up for that, I started playing for longer than I should have, often late into the night, to get enough footage to make a video. Not to mention I then had to edit the clips and then script and record voiceovers. The game just really started to consume most of my waking thoughts and eat into my social life and downtime. Having a full-time job, a long-term partner, and trying my best to leave it an active lifestyle, I found it really difficult to try and balance Maplestory content creation on top of that. This isn't a cry for sympathy, it was something I chose to do, and maybe my relationship with the game would have been better had I tried to make a video every 2 weeks instead of every week. But for now, I've realized that Maplestory just isn't a healthy game for me. So for my mental well-being and to keep my hobby of video making fun, it's time for me to say goodbye to Maplestory and usher in the next adventure for my YouTube channel. Maplestory, for the most part, has been an absolute blast, and I definitely have some positive memories that I will cherish, and not to mention my interaction with you guys, the game's community, has been incredibly fun and humbling. So thank you for keeping your game alive long enough for me to give it a try and checking out my videos. And honestly, I'm mostly sorry that I let you down by finding myself unable to finish the series. I'm currently in the planning stage of what game or games I will try to make content for in the future, but who knows, maybe I'll see some of you guys there. I've been Will-O-Wisp, and thank you for watching.